All right, let's get things started. Hi, welcome to this Podia Build Together session. Today we are covering all things email, and we'll be setting up your email list, customizing your newsletter design, using filters and tags and campaigns, and organizing your audience so that you can grow your audience and your email list. My name is Nicola. I am from the marketing side of things here at Podia. And one of the best parts of my job, in addition to running these awesome webinars, is getting to see so many great creators just like you building really cool, successful businesses. And one thing that most successful businesses have in common is email. Email gives you a direct line of communication with your audience. There's no algorithms, there's no social media platform magically disappearing overnight or you getting locked out for no reason. It's where you can build trust, you can share your story, and you can offer products and content that really connect with your audience who has specifically opted in to hear from you. That's really powerful. A newsletter helps you stay top of mind with your customers, show up consistently, and turn those casual subscribers into loyal customers. And with automations, you can set up these systems so they run in the background. You can welcome your new subscribers, you can follow up with leads, launch your products, and keep growing your business without needing to manually sit there and press send a million times, which frees you up to focus more on other things that you love. If you already have a Podia account, all Podia email features are free for your first 100 subscribers. And after that, you'll only pay for more subscribers as your list grows. So you can do everything in the tutorial today with your account as is. If you don't have a Podia account yet, you can sign up for a free trial after this session. I will include the link in the email replay. And if you're watching the replay, it'll be in the video description. Your trial also comes with all email features for up to 100 subscribers, so you can test everything out that way too. And one other thing, if you do currently have an email list with another platform or tool, Podia does offer free email migrations when you sign up for a paid email plan, so we can help you get everything moved over and set up. All right, I am going to share my screen. So good to see you guys. So this is where we start all these tutorials. We are in the homepage of Podia. This is your dashboard. This is what it's going to look like right out of the box. And everything I'm doing today is on a free trial. This is a free trial account I set up for this tutorial because I wanted to show you that there's no, special features here. This is all just stuff you can do out of the box. So there's a few areas that are going to be important to what we do today. The first is the email section right here in the sidebar. When I click into this, there's nothing here right now because we haven't set anything up yet. And just quickly, I do see a question about the time. We have booked an hour. If we finish a little early, we'll use the time at the end for Q&A. But it won't go longer than an hour. I'll do my best. So you have broadcasts and campaigns in the email section right here. Broadcasts are one-time emails to your whole list. So this is going to be your newsletters, your product announcements, your updates. If I want to send out a list to all my customers and subscribers, letting them know about a launch, I'm going to use a broadcast. And broadcasts can be sent right away. You can type up your message and hit send. It'll go to everyone, or they can be scheduled in the future. So this is a great little tip if you want to get ahead on your planning, if you know you're going to maybe take some time off, or just want to get ahead of the game with your emailing. Campaigns are a little bit different. These are automated sequences of emails that fire when your customer matches a certain criteria that you set. So these are going to be running behind the scenes and kind of taking care of your admin work for you so that you don't have to send a welcome email every single time someone joins your course, which would get really tedious. So these campaigns you can set up to happen whenever someone does something in your business. It's like an if-then thing. If someone buys this product, then they begin this campaign. And we're going to look more at that in just a minute. The next area of your Podia account that we're going to spend some time in today is this audience tab. Now, I have preloaded my account with a few test people. So these are not real people. These are just me being a customer or a subscriber in my own account. But it's helpful to see how the audience view looks if there's actually some people in there. So in the audience tab, you've got filters and segments that you can use to organize the people that are in your business. So this view with everyone is going to show your customers, people who have bought something from you, your subscribers, and your community members, everybody all in one. But if you want to filter this down, you can see just your email list subscribers or just your community members or just your people who have bought a product. And this does count for free products as well. So if it's a free bought a product just means like acquired a product in this sense. Let's go back to everybody. And if I click this filter button, I can also filter my audience in some other ways depending on what I need in my business. So, for example, if I want to only see people who have spent a lot of money with my business, like maybe these are some really good customers, I could say people who have spent more than $200 with my business. And it's no one has because this is my test account, but if there were people who match that criteria, they would be listed out here. And if you wanted to save this group so you could come back to it again, all you have to do is click Save New. We'll say High Spenders, click Save, and now this option is saved in your account. This is going to show up in your email as well. So if you want to build a set of people that you want to talk to, you can then transfer that over when you're sending emails and only email the high spenders, for example. The next part of your audience area is this tag section. And this can be really helpful for just organizing your audience further and tracking information in your account. So you can tag people out of the box. We tag anyone who signed up with an email form on your Podia website. That's done automatically for you. And we also tag anyone if you embed a email signup form onto a third-party website. So if you have a WordPress site and you paste the embed code on that site, then it will track that as well. So that's done for you. You don't have to worry about that. And in just a minute, I'll show you how you might want to use some tags in your business because I think they're really cool. All right, now we know we've got our audience right here and we've got our email tab, but how do we get people from the world into our audience so that we can email them? We're going to start with our website. This is a test site I set up. I love this site. I had so much fun making it about an adventure dog brand. So we're going to get some people on the email list for this adventure dog brand. We're going to start by going to the homepage, and I've got a little bit of about my business at the top. And I want to add an email sign up form right here so that anyone visiting my website has a really easy time just jumping right into my email list, joining, getting the newsletter. I want to make it really easy for them. I don't want them to have to hunt for it. I'm going to click the plus sign right here. In the Podia website builder, this is going to allow you to add in other sections. So you can pick whatever section you want depending on what you're building. For this, we're going to use the email form section. When I click it, there are lots of templates. This one's going to be a little too small for my homepage. And I do want to have an image, so I think I'm going to use this one. And when I click, it's going to pop it right in here, and I can customize it. So I am going to start by filling in a photo here using the Unsplash integration. If you're not familiar with Unsplash, it's a free use, like royalty-free photo site, and it's integrated directly. So you can just search. I'm going to search dog hike. Let's see if this works. Okay, that's perfect. That's exactly what I'm going for in this business, getting out and going on an adventure with your dog. And I am going to add a little bit of heading text here. Let's get rid of that. And I want to make this just kind of a fun thing to catch my target audience's attention. In general, just saying join my newsletter, it can work, but you could get a lot more creative with it. And I also highly recommend letting people know what they're going to get when they sign up. So I'm going to add some body text here. And this is Join the Weekly WAG for dog-friendly travel tips, gear picks, and adventure ideas delivered to your inbox every Friday. What this does is it sets the expectation for what my member is going to get, how often I will be emailing them, and when they can expect to hear from me. And this is really good just for giving people their full understanding of what they're actually signing up for, and just making sure that like everyone's on the same page with what you're sending and how often. Scrolling down here, you can customize the button and you can customize the subtext that is going to show up under this button. When someone signs up, you have a few options as well. Out of the box, it's going to show this a message at the top in green. We're going to test this in just a minute so you can see how this looks. It'll say, thanks for subscribing, but you can also customize this. I like to add this sentence. Thanks for subscribing. Check your inbox to confirm your subscription. That way people know that there is a confirmation email coming. They do have to click it or else they won't be signed up. You have some other options here too, though. You can redirect your visitor to a different page on your Podia site. This is a really powerful option if you want to send them to a product right away. Like they sign up, you know they're interested in your business and brand. Maybe you want to introduce them to a low ticket product, or maybe you just want to share your blog posts or something you think they'll like. You can redirect them to a page or a third-party URL. So those are options as well. We're going to leave the show message option. We're also going to toggle on this name field. And the reason for that is because we can personalize the emails we send with people's names if we have their name. If we don't have their name, we'll use a placeholder. But if we have their name, we can fill it in. So if you've ever gotten an email that has your name in it, like, hello, Nicola, that's how that works, is whatever you put in here will get pulled into the email that you send. Okay, so now we're looking at this tag section down here. And this is something that can be really helpful for keeping an eye on what's working on your website. So if you have several different email sign-up forms on different pages of your site, you can create a tag like this, homepage, that lets you know where that subscriber came from. So anyone who signs up through this email form is going to be tagged with homepage behind the scenes. And if you have forms, maybe on your blog, on your sales pages, on other parts of your site, over time, you'll be able to look at that data and see where people are coming from to your list. This also lets you kind of run a modified A/B test as well. If you want to test out two different layouts or color palettes or designs, you can put them in two different parts of your site, and then you can test which one performs better. So that's just an option that gives you more information so you can make informed decisions in your business. I'm going to click into the design tab here. It looks really nice as it is. I'm not going to do a ton to this, but I am going to boost up the image so that it's similar height to this section. And then I want to make it pop a bit. I think this soft brown color is going to look really good and let that pink stand out. And then it just kind of ties in with this outdoorsy photo and the rest of my page. There's lots of style options you can mess with in here, depending on the look you're going for, but I think we're going to keep it simple with this one. All right, I am going to click Publish up at the top. And then let's take a look at this site. Okay, I'm going to test out. I'm going to say Nicola, and then I'm going to sign up, and then here's what happens. Thanks for subscribing. Check your inbox to confirm your subscription. So whatever you put in as that text is going to show up there, and your customer is now subscribed. So here is what that looks like behind the scenes. When I go to my audience, now you'll notice there's a new person right here. That's me. They're all me. This one is me, the one we just signed up for. And you'll see this subscription unconfirmed. That is because that email was sent to my inbox and it basically says, hey, just checking, did you want to subscribe to this? They will click yes, and then that person will be subscribed and added to your list. This is an anti-spam feature that we use to protect you from unwanted signups. So if someone, comes to your site and puts in a bunch of fake emails, that's not good for your business. So we make sure that people have to confirm their subscription so that you're only getting valid email list subscribers. So now if I go to this filter, what we were talking about with tagging, I can choose this tag option. I can search homepage, And I will see that this person, the one who just signed up on the homepage, is in that list. And if I wanted to compare maybe to blog or to other parts of my site, I could use the tags to do that. Now, speaking of other parts of my site, let's put another sign up form on another part of my site. I'm going to click into website. Now, in Podia, you have a blog. On the front end, here's how your blog looks. This is your blog index page. It's a list of all the blogs you've published. And this is an individual blog post. You can customize both of these. So I'm going to click in the index page and I want to make it very easy for someone who lands on my blog to be able to sign up for my list. The reason for that is I'm guessing the blog posts you write are going to be similar to the content you create products about and your newsletter. So these are probably going to be members of the same audience, your potential newsletter subscribers and your blog readers. So let's make it really easy. If they read a blog post and they are like, this is the greatest thing I've ever read, I love this creator, let's make it really, really easy for them to get on your list and hear more from you. To do that, I am going to click this plus button again. And we're going to use a different email form this time. I want to use this narrow one because I don't want it to get in the way of the blog experience. I still want people to read the blog, but I also want to make it easy for them to sign up if they want to. I'm going to bump down the size a little bit just so it's more subtle. And we're going to add the name field again. And then in this tag section, I'm going to add blog. Now I know that anyone who signs up here came from this blog page and I can track if it's working. So if if a few months from now I look and there's never been a single sign up through this form, that's really helpful. Helpful information to know where I should prioritize like my efforts growing my email list. Let's make this pop a little more. I'm going to design. I want this padding. Actually, I'm going to add the color first. I'm going to add this peachy color. Now this top padding's a little big. I can make it bigger. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to pump this down to 1 and then it's a little narrow. I think 1.5 is going to be a better size. Whoops. There we go. So now this is nice and sleek at the top of my page. I can click publish, view site. And when someone lands on this page because they found one of my blog posts, they're going to see this email subscriber form too. If they sign up here, they will be tagged with blog. So I have that information moving forward if I choose to do anything with it. Okay, so we've now got this sign up form on our blog and this sign up form on our homepage. But we're going to add another one that's a little different, kind of a step up from just a general join my newsletter. This is going to be a free lead magnet, and this is something you give away in exchange for someone joining your newsletter. Now, there's a chance someone will land on your site, love what you do, join your newsletter, no problem. But for a lot of people, that's a kind of a big ask just because we all have a million emails in our inbox, and sometimes it's nice to be able to offer something in exchange for that sign up. And it also gives you an opportunity to show the value you can provide for this person. They get a taste of your teaching style. They can see the quality of what you do. So in general, I'm going to say make a lead magnet. It's nice. It's a good idea. I'm clicking into the products tab here. Lead magnets use the digital download product type. I'm going to click new product and download. I'll put in my name. I have already set one up, so I'm going to enter here. This is my digital download product. It is a weekend guide to stress-free dog adventures. And your your lead magnets don't have to be super complicated and involved. A one-page checklist is amazing. You could do a 5-minute video tutorial. You could do kind of anything small that is going to be important to your target audience, something they would really enjoy. Like printable could work, prompts, journal ideas, all that stuff is great. Does not have to be a whole full-blown free product. So I've got my one file added here. In the details, I have my title, my image, and my description. This is important. You want to add all these in because anywhere we share this lead magnet on our website, it's going to pull this data and save you time so you don't have to copy and paste over and over again. Then in the pricing tab, it's currently set to free, which would work. It basically just lets people get your product for free. but we are going to choose free email delivery. This is a little more optimized for the email sign up flow. So what's going to happen now? We're going to go over to the sales page. And now for this product, all they need to do is put in their name, put in their email, click Get Now, and this file that I added that I showed you just a minute ago, that file is going to be sent to their inbox by Podia. You don't have to do that. We will do that. That's all running behind the scenes. They sign up, they get the email delivered, and they are then on your email list. So now we have this route for people to get on your list, and I always recommend adding a link to any freebie you have, either in your header or in your footer, because people love to click on the free thing. I don't know, just personal experience. Whenever I have a freebie link in a header or footer on a website, it seems to just get a lot of clicks. So I highly recommend. Let's go back in. We're going back to our website. This is the weekend pup pack. And I have added this section here. This is just a text section with a image background that I thought looked nice for this product. And the next thing we're going to do, so now let's recap. We've got our homepage sign up form, our blog sign up form, our free resource in our header to this lead magnet, and we're going to add one more way for people to get on your list. We are going to go to the blog post editor here. So, a blog post is a really great opportunity to get someone on your list because if they have found you and are reading this article and they get all the way to the bottom and they've enjoyed it, that's a really strong contender for a good fit for your target audience and a good fit for your newsletter. So, we're going to put that product, that free lead magnet, at the very bottom of this blog post. And because this is our blog template, it's going to apply to every other blog post in our site. And that way, anyone who finds your blog post, reads it, enjoys it, now they have this option to get this free resource you've created and get on your list. You have already done the work getting a reader to your blog. So this is a freebie. Like, go ahead and put an email sign up form on there because if they have found your site, that means you've done something right and you should be able to grow your list like that. That just makes sense. So we're going to click the plus sign right here. I'm going to click products. You can choose to show multiple products if you want, but for this, we're going to just use this one product layout. I'm going to click right here and choose my free digital download. And just like before, it's pulled in this email sign up bar. So someone who goes to my site can put in their email, get delivered the freebie, and they will then be on my list. So we are going to go to the design tab. I'm going to bump this down a little bit because it's a bit giant. And for this one, I'm going to use this inset layout. Oh, that's a little too tiny. Back in the content, I am going to turn on the name field again because I do want that customization. And we don't need the type or the included products. I'm just customizing things here in the options. And then I want to add a background image that goes with this outdoorsy theme. So I'm going to click in the design tab, background image, add. We're going to go to Unsplash and we'll do mountains. Let's see if we get some good mountains. Okay, I think these are going to work really well. I'm going to turn up the opacity, down the grayscale, up the contrast. And then we've got this nice little section that's going to be at the bottom of all of my blog posts. So if someone lands here, they can sign up on my article page. If they click into a blog post, they read it, they think it's great. Now they've got this free email delivery sign up right at the bottom. They can put in their name, their email, and they can get access to the freebie. So that is all set up. We now have several ways for someone to go from, stranger on the internet into our audience. Okay, let's now go into the actual emailing part because we have to get people on the list before we can email them. So now we're going to set up all the emails. I am clicking on email here, and I'm going to click new broadcast. This is going to pull up the Podia email builder. Let's give this a name. We're going to call it newsletter 1. And we're going to give it a subject line. This will be one I send out to my newsletter, which I'm calling the weekly wag. And I'm going to add this pretext, which is if you've ever gotten an email subject line, an email with a subject line and then a little text next to the subject line, that's what this is. It is optional. It's not going to show up everywhere. I think sometimes on mobile devices it gets cut off, but it is nice to add a little context. So someone who's browsing quickly through their inbox can know what the message is about. You can customize the recipients here using those same filters that we set up earlier in the audience tab. You can also use all these filters as well. So you can look through based on any kind of criteria you're interested in filtering by. I would say one of the most common ones is emailing people who have a specific product, like if you have a product update or if you want feedback. This we're going to do specific product, and then you can pick a drop down of all your products that exist in your account. But for now, we're just going to have everyone. Then we're scrolling down, and Podia comes with this library of pre-made templates. So you've got tons of options in here, and all of these are customizable. So you can change the colors, the fonts, the width, you can add images, take them away, all super customizable. So this would be a great place to start if you don't want to like start from a blank page, because that can be a little bit intense. So I'm gonna pick, I think this is gonna work really well. It's got kind of like the rounded, fun feeling I'm going for with my business. I'm going to click apply. And now I have got this template right in here and it's ready for me to customize. So I'm going to start by going to general. And this, so I can go to the color picker right here and I can scroll around and pick whatever color I want, or I can go to my site colors. These were the site colors I set in the website builder. They carry over into email so you can have a consistent look. I'm going to click this peachy color and we're going to add that here. Okay, so that's looking good. I want to change my fonts a bit. I think an enter is going to be a little easier to read, but it's personal preference. I also like to add my font weight a little heavier, just to make it really stand out in people's inboxes. For the headings, I'm going to do this brown color. The text is going to be black, and the links are they going to be pink or orange? They're going to be orange. I think that looks nice. And then we can customize the buttons. Those are going to be orange as well. And we're going to adjust our font so it matches. And our dividers, these we will keep in that pink. And I think these are going to be a little narrower. Awesome. So this seems like a lot of work, and it's true, but you only have to do this once. And I'm going to show you what I mean in just a minute. So go ahead and spend some time getting it looking exactly how you like at the top, and then you can use it again and again and again in the future. So you do not have to do this every single time you send a newsletter. I'm going to click into this header section right here, and I want to show the site logo. Oh my goodness, that is giant. Let's bump it down a little bit, center it. Then the emails will have this view in browser button. This lets your email recipient click and it'll pull up the email in a browser window like in Safari or Chrome. It's optional. It's also a nice way if you wanted to share previous editions of your newsletter with other future subscribers or other people, or just post them on your website, you can grab the URL that way. I'm going to turn this off for now. And I'm going to grab some copy here. This is a little tagline I've got for my newsletter. So I'm going to paste that there and center it. And then I'm going to grab my copy. This is my welcome message that I want to send people. This will be, if it's the first edition of my newsletter, it's going to be pretty general. And this right here, if you can see, this is a little bit gray, the background of this name section. This is going to pull in whatever people typed into that email signup form. So if you remember, we added that name bar. That is what is going to be put in here. So if someone puts in, their name is Rodrigo, then in their email, it's going to be, hey, Rodrigo. And if you don't have that data for them, it'll just say there, or you can customize to say, hello, friend, hello, however you would like to address the people whose names you don't have. This is another cool thing you can add. This block, if I click the plus sign, this is a featured post block. I'm going to delete this one for now. This is directly tied to your Podia blog. So you can choose from any post in your website and it'll pull a little preview like this. You can show the excerpt, you can toggle on the date, and this will allow people to click right here and actually go read that article. So if you have a new blog post, you can just drop it right in there, super easy, and share it with your readers. You've also got tons of other options here. If you click this plus sign, you can add in images, you can add in videos. I'm gonna make this look really crazy for a minute. Let's add in some socials, and they're grayed out until you actually add the content. You can upload files that will be delivered for your people. You've got all kinds of options, and then it's just as easy to delete stuff that you don't want as well. So let's pull these out. We're gonna keep it a little simpler than this. Pulling this out. And also, I don't really need this featured product section right now. This came with the template, but if I don't need this, I'm just going to delete it. That's a column grid, and this is a text section. Okay, let's do my conclusion. I'm going to pull this out and paste in some wild spacing. There we go. And there's one more thing I want to show you here that can be really helpful in managing your audience. You can add tags to people based on the links they click in your emails. So I'm going to add this little PS. If you want to learn more about my upcoming course, click here. Now you can set a product in Podia to waitlist mode, and that is a great way to gauge interest. I'm going to show you this course I've got. This is in waitlist mode. Someone can sign up. This is another way they can get on your email list, and they will be added to the waitlist for this product. But if you also want to gauge interest from people who are already in your audience without making them get on the waitlist that way, you can add tags. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to choose this link option, and I'm going to choose the product. This is my course. And you'll see when I add that link, there's this little tag icon that pops up. And I'm going to make a new tag, interested in course. Now, whenever someone clicks this link in this email, they will be assigned the tag interested in course. So even if they don't buy it or don't get on the wait list right away, I'll know that it at least piqued their interest somewhat, and I can follow up with them later or include them in the marketing communications for that product. It's just another way to kind of see what your audience is thinking without having to rely on like the actions they take necessarily. And another use case for this is if you want to divide your audience based on other interests or stage they're at in their journey, you can even make a bulleted list and say like click which one applies to you, and people can click the link that makes most sense for them and it will apply a tag to their account. So you can then have people like self-select that way as well. The next thing is up here. If you have an email that's looking great, you are super happy with it, you can click send and it will go right now. You can just send it and you're good to go. You can also send later. And this is like probably one of my favorite features of running email marketing is when you really get in the flow and you have a ton of ideas and you just want to like write and create newsletters and create content, you don't want to overwhelm people with everything all at once. So what you can do is schedule things out, and you can even get ahead. You can write 4 newsletters in one go if you're feeling really inspired, and then schedule them out. Here, I'll show you a week or two in advance, and they will go on that schedule to everyone who is on your list. Even if they join after you write it, it's going to go at the time that you set. Anyone who meets the criteria will receive it. All right, I'm going to click done and I'm going to click finish later. Our next step is campaigns. These are the kind of behind the scenes engine that's going to keep your business running so you can actually have, a vacation from time to time, which is very important. So we're going to set up a campaign. If you've never built a campaign before, if you don't know where to start, I would recommend building a welcome sequence. A welcome sequence that brings people into your business, tells them who you are, what you do. It fires right away when they first interact with you, and it just sets the stage for the relationship you'll build. I'm going to click New Campaign. Let's call this Welcome. And for my entrance condition, You've got some options here. You can fire this whenever anyone's added to your audience. This just means if they buy a product, join a community, sign up for a newsletter, download a lead magnet, anything happens and they join your business in any way, like if they get added to this audience tab here, this will go. And that's where I would start. If I was brand new and just setting things up, that's where I would start. You can also opt in to have subscribers that you already have get this campaign. If you already have some people in your account now and want to set this up after the fact, this will just add everyone who meets this condition. And if you want to start with only the people who subscribe after it's published, you would leave that untoggled. You also have other options here, though. For example, if you could do it just when someone gains access to a product, like for instance, when they get your free lead magnet, then this runs. Or you could do with the tags. Remember, the email form tag is automatically applied to anyone who signs up through an email form on your Podia website. So that's a good catch-all tag if you just want like pure join my newsletter subscribers. That's what option I would use for that. But for now, we're going to do added to audience because that's going to catch everybody. Awesome. And then also you can do exit conditions. This is more helpful for when you are building sales funnels because with a sales funnel, you would want the campaign to end when the person buys the product. That way you're not pitching them on a product they already have, which is always fun. So that one you would do exit condition gains access to a product. And for example, if you wanted to stop talking about this course once they've bought it, that would pull them out of the campaign then. A lot you can do with that as well. I am going to now show you how to add emails to this campaign. This is the delay. So when someone matches, let's hop out for a second. Oops, finish later. When someone matches your entrance condition here, whenever this happens for the first time, they are added to your audience or whatever you have set, then this is the delay that will occur from that moment to when this fires. So one day, if it will go one day after they meet whatever criteria you set. If you want it to go instantly right away, set it to 0. There usually is about a 5 to 10 minute delay on this. That's just because it takes the systems a while to sort through all the data. But yeah, 0-day delay will go shortly after they sign up. You can add your subject line just like we did in the campaign build or in the broadcast builder. You can add a preview text. And then look, right here is the template we set up earlier. So once you start building emails in Podia, they're all going to be stored for you right here. So you can actually go in and grab what you already built, click apply, and now you can just change around some stuff. You can customize it. Again, you can add a button. You can add a full blog post if you want. You can really change it up, but you don't have to go through and like adjust the fonts and the colors and all that every single time. Then when you're done, you can add a new email. Now, this delay is from that first email that got sent, how long till the next one goes. You can have it just be one day. It can be 4 days. It can be 10, be whatever you want. I recommend when you are starting out with your welcome sequence, I recommend 3 emails. First one goes right away, tells everyone all about your business, what you do, who you are. They are so excited to be here because they just gave you their email address. So take that time to get to know them. Day 2 or email 2, I would give them something free and valuable, like your best YouTube video, your best blog post. You can even add a file into that email that's exclusive for them. You can do coupon codes, discounts. Day 3, I would let them know about one of your paid products. And it doesn't need to be a huge, heavy sales pitch. It can just be a list of here are some of your products that are available. And at this point, they have already gotten value from you potentially twice because they have gotten your free lead magnet, free value in day 2, and now you're talking about a paid product, which feels a lot more natural than just coming at someone with like, hey, buy my stuff. It just feels a lot more natural. And then also if they don't buy it, that's totally fine because they're on your list and you're going to be sending newsletters every week, hopefully, maybe every 2 weeks, maybe every month. And in those newsletters, you can include notes about your products. You can let people know what you're building. You can let people know about sales, and they're there for whenever they are ready. So I want to give you guys, I know this is a lot of info. So I made this little this little checklist here. I was trying to think of how to share this without making a ton of screens. So I put this together in a blog post in Podia. You can screenshot this. This is what I would recommend you do if you are starting fresh from scratch. If you don't have any subscribers, I think that was a question that came through. Um, if you have zero email addresses, how you begin getting your first subscribers. For that, I absolutely think start with a lead magnet. And also just putting this form out there because you never know. Someone might be hitting your site, reading it, and really liking it. And then if there's no option there for them to join, it's impossible to know if they might have been a subscriber who turned into a customer. So I would follow these steps. I would first add an email sign up form to your website. Pop it in there. It'll take you 5 minutes. You got that. Then I would go into the email editor and set up a newsletter template as a broadcast. This is going to remove that friction when it is time to send your newsletter. You don't have to go through and do all the design stuff. Just set it up. It can be super simple. Then I want you to set up that little three-part welcome sequence that we talked about. If you don't have a product yet, you can stop at two. You're going to welcome people to your brand and business. Day two, you're going to share something valuable. If you don't have any content yet, that's fine. You can share a tip, advice, your experience, something that you enjoyed, your favorite recipe. You're sharing value. You are showing them that you are here and you're on their side. Day four, start building that newsletter habit. So if it's going to be a weekly newsletter, start sending it every week, even if you have one subscriber and it is a family member or yourself. We do it. I've emailed myself a million times because the important thing is building that habit and getting more comfortable pressing send. It is really intimidating to press send to a large group of people on an email for the first time. So don't wait until you have a big audience to do that. Go ahead and start practicing now. Practice building that writing muscle. And you might get to the point where you are scheduling emails out way in advance and you're that like all of this is running more or less on autopilot for you, which is really, really ideal. Then, if you've done all that, you're setting up your lead magnet. If you don't have any subscribers at all, this might be something to do toward the beginning because it can be a little more enticing for people who are brand new who don't know you. You're going to add that lead magnet to your welcome sequence. That way, people who download it get put into that sequence you just built. And over time, you are going to build out that welcome campaign. You can add more emails to that campaign whenever you want. You can add product updates. You can add whatever you want in there. Just know that they will follow the subscribers sign up time. Newsletters are for real time. Campaigns are for what's going to happen behind the scenes, not time sensitive stuff. So you build on this all over time. Okay, I think we have about 13 minutes left. I see a comment, oh, about this blog page. That's awesome. I'm so glad you love it. This blog page, I'll show you the behind the scenes really quick so you can replicate this. This is a text section centered. This is a slim email form. And this is a post grid. I've got the setting here to split. And I have the card's uniform card height, and I have the shadow opacity and shadow depth turned all the way up. Then for the actual blog post itself, I have got, I love these dogs. They make me so happy. I'm going to click into the design tab. I've got the aspect ratio. I would probably put that in landscape, full width, and image on top of the media. Image on top of the text. It's this one. For the width, I have it turned all the way down. That way it's a little more narrow. And then it's just the white background and the normal plain text. And then this we built together on the call. How can folks find prior newsletter issues? That is an awesome question. So let me show you really quick. Okay, in this email, when I send it, I'm going to go ahead and send it. I'm going to send this to myself 50 times. Let's go. Send now. No, just 3. Okay, so I can click here and I can click the share button and it's going to give, whoops, it's going to give me a link. I can click this link, and now I'm going to paste it. And here is the URL. This is a web. This is like, see, this is my blog or my website header. This is like on the website that you can share this link. You can post it online. You can share it with people. You can even make, there's a Podia creator who has a cool page on their website that's an archive of all their past editions of their newsletter. And they just write the title of the newsletter and highlight it and add the link. Yeah, so that'll work really well. What's the difference between newsletters and blog posts that gets emailed to folks? What's better? Ooh, okay. So I think they're kind of different uses. So a blog post is on your website for anyone to find. Blog posts are typically how you reach people. Like you want to attract people to your business. These are blog posts are typically what will be found by Google or search engines. They're going to be looking at your website and seeing, does this answer a question? When someone types in the search bar, best dog friendly beaches, then is this worthy to be shown? It's very difficult to crack the code of understanding how Google ranks things. A lot of people claim they know how Google ranks things. No one really does. It's proprietary. But your blog is where you have the best chance of showing up in those search results. So if someone's looking for an answer you have, they might find your blog. That is someone who is totally new to your business, totally new to everything. They come in and learn about you. Your newsletter is going to be people who already know about your business and like it. So this is typically where people share maybe more behind the scenes. It can be a little more casual too, depending on your audience. Your newsletter is going to be that space for people who already have found you and who are now going deeper with your business. And that can mean like buying products, joining programs, things like that. Whereas a blog post is more for getting that reach. Not everyone who reads your blog is going to join your newsletter, but most of your newsletter subscribers will probably read your new blog posts because they're already interested in that topic. Awesome. Okay. Is the Podia community available to free members? Yes. The Podia community here, everyone, if you have a trial or if you're on a mover or shaker, you will have access to that. There are some areas that are open to the public, but you do have to have a trial account to comment. So you might be able to see some posts even without an account, but I would recommend having an account because it's more fun. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you. See you for the next one.